Hello friends, in the last video lecture we have seen the precipitation reactions of proteins. Regarding this we have seen some test on the precipitation reactions of protein. Now today we will see the exam oriented Viva was on precipitation reactions of protein. This question answers will be very helpful to get through the examination, but you should read it carefully and write in the examination. If you see the exam oriented Viva was on precipitation reactions of protein, some answers are from the point of the theory also, so you must know that from the point of the grand Viva also. So you must know that the exam oriented Viva was for the precipitation reactions of protein. First question here, give the difference between qualitative and quantitative analysis. What is the meaning of here qualitative analysis and quantitative analysis? Here the difference between qualitative and quantitative analysis is given. Under the qualitative analysis, the first point is observation test. These are the observation tests. The first point under quantitative, it is measurable. Second point, non-numerical. Under this qualitative analysis, non-numerical insights such as options and motivations. So these are non-numerical. So here whatever you are taking for the qualitative test, it will be just approximate. So here therefore they are non-numerical. But here under this quantitative analysis, the second point is numerical form. It is a numerical form. Quantitative analysis will be numerical. For example, if you have to estimate the blood glucose level from the given blood, so you have to give a correct reading for that. You have to measure it. Therefore it is numerical form. Now you must know that the qualitative analysis, third point will help you to explore more SOP to give depths. And here the third point under quantitative analysis is hard data. It is a hard data. So this is the difference between the qualitative and quantitative analysis. You must know the difference between qualitative. For MBBS, some qualitative analyses are there. For example, precipitation reactions of protein, color reactions of protein, test on monosaccharide, that is on reducing sugar. So these are the qualitative analysis. Along with this, only this BDS students will have only two estimations or quantitative tests, that is estimation of sugar and estimation of protein. So this is the difference between the medical and the dental student. Here you must know that the another question which is given here, that is the what is importance of precipitation reactions of protein. So it is the process. The answer is it is the process to separate protein from biological fluids. So you must know that the importance of precipitation reactions of protein is that before carrying out the estimation on biological fluids like blood, plasma, CSF, the proteins is to be precipitate. Here, for example, before the estimation of the blood glucose level, the proteins are precipitated first. For example, 1 ml of blood is taken and 1 ml of the sodium tungstate is taken and 1 ml of 2/3 normal H2SO4 is taken in 7 ml distilled water. The total quantity becomes 10 ml and it is then shaked well and filtered. Means that this process is for the precipitation of the proteins, because there should not be any interruption of the proteins for finding out the estimation of glucose level from the blood. So you must know that proteins, it is the process to separate protein from biological fluid like blood plasma, CSF, etc. before the estimation of important chemical constituents such as urea, sugar and creatinine. The third question is how proteins are precipitated. How proteins are precipitated from solution. Answer: any factor which neutralizes the charge or removes water hydration will cause precipitation. Means that in the practical guidelines of the practical, we have seen that proteins are precipitated by the process of hydration or by the process of dehydration or by the denaturation process. So you must know that. Another question is what is difference between precipitation and coagulum? See, the coagulum is different and precipitation is different. So here the answer is removal of shell of hydration from the solution is called as precipitation and it is reversible. Why it is reversible? Because here the precipitation will be reversible because the removal of shell of hydration from the solution is called as precipitation and it is reversible. The aggregate of denaturation is called as coagulum. It is not reversible. So here you must know that the coagulum is the hit coagulum test. So you must know the aggregate of the denaturation is called as coagulum. So it is not reversible. The next question is what is denaturation of protein? The disruption of secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure of proteins are called as denaturation. Is called as denaturation means the secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure of proteins are disturbed without the disturbance of the primary structure of protein. Proteins have primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary structure that we'll see in the lecture. Then the denaturation occurs by ultraviolet rays. Denaturation occurs by ultraviolet rays, heat, acids and alkalis. By adding acids and alkalis, denaturation can occur. And you must know, by heating also the proteins are denatured. So you must know. Next question, which protein is precipitated by half saturation and why? By half saturation method, globulins are precipitated because they are high molecular compound. By next question, which protein is precipitated by full saturation and why? By full saturation method, albumin is saturated because they are low molecular compound. Now the next question is what is isoelectric pH? Answer will be the pH at which protein have no net charge in an electric field is called as isoelectric pH. So these are the very important questions from the point of the exam oriented Viva course. So you should learn it at the time of examination. One of the question can be asked from this. So study it and get good marks, get through the examination. The further question is question number 9. Give the nature of amino acid at isoelectric pH. The answer is at isoelectric pH, no mobility, solubility will be minimum, precipitation will be maximum. Next question, what is the importance of Haller's test? So you have to say it is used to identify protein in the body fluid, especially urine, by the process of denaturation. Next question, name the heavy metals which are used to precipitate proteins. Answer, iron, copper, zinc, lead, cadmium and mercury. Next question, which protein is used as an antidote for mercury poisoning? What is the meaning of antidote here? Antidote means if there will be mercury poisoning in the body, then the raw egg is used as an antidote for mercury poisoning. Next question, which protein not precipitate even by full saturation? The peptones. Peptones are the proteins which are smaller molecules and have bigger surface area. Therefore, they are not precipitate even by full saturation. Next, what is the principle of Haller's test? Simple and conjugated proteins react with nitric acid to form metaprotein that turn yellow. That is the process of denaturation. Next, what charges will, question number 15 here, what charges will have the proteins which is neutralized by alkyl reagents? Proteins carry net positive charge and precipitate by alkyl negative charges. Next question, what is clinical application of precipitation of proteins by alkyl reagent? The answer is, it is useful to estimate the metabolic compounds such as glucose, urea, creatinine by blood. Next question, what is the clinical application of lead acetate test? Here, raw protein is used as an antidote. So friends, these are the very important exam oriented VIVAs for the precipitation reactions of protein. If you like my lecture, please share it, give some comment, subscribe it. Don't forget to press the button. Thank you very much.